17-year-old Celine Tam smiles the same way she did when glittering confetti rained down on the America's Got Talent stage. Yet insiders say that smile has been carrying secrets heavy enough to bend steel. Tonight, we trace the jagged path from the 9-year-old who made Simon Cowell swallow tears to the young woman now negotiating contracts, classroom deadlines, and the kind of family drama money can't hush. The questions are simple. How did overnight fame stretch a child's world until it almost snapped? And why are whispers of a break-the-silence song rattling Hong Kong studios right now? Stay with me, because by the end, you'll know why the voice that once sailed Titanic's anthem across an arena is fighting to stay afloat in real life, and what she's planning to reveal next. Long before paparazzi flashbulbs and autograph, hunters, newborn Celine Tam arrived on 22nd of November 2007 into a modest Chung Kwan O flat, already echoing with Celine Dion ballads. Her father, vocal coach Dr. Steve Tam, believed music was the family's second language, so he treated lullabies like coursework, recording every giggle, every note. At age 3, little Celine shocked him by nailing the climactic note of "My Heart Will Go On" from her car seat, and the stunned dad swerved into a gas station just to replay what he'd heard. That raw, crystalline belt became the cornerstone of daily living room rehearsals. And within a year, Celine and her sister Dion, yes, named after the same idol, were harmonizing over breakfast cereal. Friends thought the family odd. Classmates thought the practice sessions endless. But talent scouts noticed, and by kindergarten graduation, the girl with the pint-sized lungs was a fixture at Hong Kong charity galas, wielding a cordless mic almost as big as her face. Dr. Tam filmed everything, convinced that someday the world would demand proof that this voice was real. But as future events would show, storing every triumph on a hard drive also meant archiving every vulnerability. A digital diary critics would later dissect frame by frame. And with that, a dream quietly prepared to collide with global television. When Celine stepped onto the A stage in Pasadena on 1st August 2017, she was barely tall enough to see over the judge's desk. Yet the moment she whispered, "Celine," like Celine Dion, smiles spread faster than stage lights. The first verse floated out, and by the chorus, Simon Cowell's jaw hung open. Howie Mandel called the performance "Mini Dion Perfection," while guest judge Laverne Cox obliterated suspense with a thunderous golden buzzer NBC. Overnight, her audition clip rocketed past 100 million views, and Celine Dion herself tweeted, "A VIP invitation to Las Vegas." But the fairy tale pace came with a twist. In the semifinals, after a daring switch to Disney's "How Far I'll Go," Celine missed the finals by a whisper of audience votes. The loss stung, yet the internet's sympathy storm only amplified her profile. She flew home to a midnight airport mob and discovered that childhood had been replaced by press conferences. What few fans realized was that producers had already pitched record deals before the confetti was swept away. And behind hotel doors, a soft-spoken 9-year-old was being asked to choose between dolls and lawyers. Hong Kong's skyline glittered brighter than usual the night Celine serenaded the 2017 Miss Hong Kong pageant crowd, her high notes ricocheting off Victoria Harbour ferries. Corporate sponsors lined up, a local toy brand offered a doll modeled on her stage dress, and Billboard Asia floated the label Hong Kong's top trending YouTuber of 2017. But fame's flip side surfaced quickly. Tabloids questioned whether the family was monetizing innocence, and classmates whispered that the star was skipping birthday parties for sound checks. Plane rides replaced playground swings, and homework happened between headset sound checks. With each endorsement, applause thundered louder. Yet so did an uneasy chorus, asking if anyone was guarding the child behind the powerhouse vocals. Still, Celine's schedule accelerated. Charity galas in Shanghai, bilingual talk show appearances, and a viral duet with Jeffrey Lee that racked up 40 million plays in a fortnight. Every stage ended the same way. A camera zoomed in on her practiced pageant queen smile, one that critics claimed looked frozen in place. That critique would soon ignite a firestorm aimed squarely at the man guiding her career. The first serious blow landed when a South China Morning Post expose accused Dr. Tam of cashing in on his daughter's stardom. Reddit threads ballooned with claims that Fleet Week ticket prices to her vocal studio had doubled overnight. Cooler heads argued that specialized coaching warrants premium fees, but sensational thumbnails, "Is Dad the Villain?" earned millions of clicks. YouTube channels piled on, dissecting every staged hug and smiling rehearsal clip, suggesting the precocious megastar was rehearsing happiness as diligently as high notes. Dr. Tam called an impromptu press conference, promising to be a good father first, coach second. Yet contracts were already inked. Celine, meanwhile, used her Instagram captions to reassure fans, sprinkling smiley face emojis that felt oddly formal for a tween. The debate revealed a deeper tension. Can a child prodigy pursue greatness without surrendering childhood, especially when her closest mentor is also her manager? That question haunted the next chapter of her career and shaped the way she would fight to regain narrative control in her teenage years. Determined to let vocals drown out gossip, Celine jumped into China's high-stakes reality circuit. On Singer 2018, she belted Mandarin ballads beside veterans twice her age, trading shy bows for confident riffs. A year later, she stormed World's Got Talent in Changsha, where her Whitney Houston cover detonated another golden buzzer shower, sending judges into a standing frenzy. At only 11, she was now the rare act to earn dual buzzers on 2 continents. Streaming numbers soared. Disney Asia floated soundtrack talks. Hotels greeted her with billboard-sized portraits. Yet the most significant gain was invisible. Tour. Bus nights spent journaling about melodies she wished existed. Those scribbled hooks became seeds for her first original single, Who I Am, in 2020, a gentle pop pledge to sing for myself. The track didn't top charts, but for once the headline read, Celine Tam writes her own story. And as 2021's follow-up I Choose charted modestly on QQ Music, industry veterans realized the one-time cover Prodigy wanted authorship, not just applause. Puberty is rough on any teen. Add global spectators and the stakes turn brutal. Between 2020 and 2022, Celine's once effortless soprano thickened, forcing intensive retraining. She quietly enrolled in weekly speech-level therapy to protect chords fraying under growth spurts, and social media disappeared for months at a stretch. Rumors spiraled. Some vloggers claimed label conflicts. Others whispered about stress-induced fainting spells. In reality, insiders say she negotiated a softer touring schedule, insisting on finishing Year 9 exams at Island School without special treatment. Friends recall her slipping into music room practice booths during lunch, writing lyrics about slamming lockers and spotlight shadows. By the time she re-emerged on YouTube with a stripped acoustic cover of Adele's All I Ask, the comment section filled with relief. The voice had deepened, matured, yet the emotional wire remained intact. Behind the scenes, Celine drafted a manifesto. Future projects must include at least one self-written track, and all endorsement deals require 10% earmarked for Hong Kong children's charities. A prodigy was learning to say no. Late 2022 saw the hashtag #SaveCeline trend after eagle-eyed fans noticed cryptic captions, even gold cracks under weight, and a deleted post showing studio lights turned off. Commenters speculated about depression, label wars, even a secret vocal cord surgery. Neither Camp Tam nor record execs commented, fueling internet fever. Traditional outlets stayed quiet, but YouTube sleuths churned out exposés, some claiming the teen was being silenced for profits. The silence lasted 99 days, broken only when Celine posted a grainy clip of ocean waves scored by her humming. The non-statement spoke volumes. She was alive, but something was changing. Industry insiders now admit the hiatus coincided with tense renegotiations that ultimately moved managerial control from Dr. Tam to a professional agency, while leaving Dad in an advisory role. The agreement, friends say, marked the first time Celine held majority voting power over her career decisions. For a generation raised on creator autonomy, the news felt like a long overdue plot twist. April 2024's Cathay HSBC Hong Kong Sevens Festival became Celine's test run as self-directed artist. Under stadium floodlights, she ditched ballads for a swaggering Sweet Caroline, riffing over 40,000 rugby fans who sang each ba-ba-ba like a victory chant. Hong Kong Sevens clips went viral on TikTok, propelling her YouTube subscriber count past the 1 million mark, while critics raved about a singer who finally looks like she's choosing her own setlist. Weeks later, she dropped a studio cover of Nothing's Gonna Change My Love for You, and Spotify's New Music Friday Hong Kong playlist placed it at number 7, her best streaming debut yet. Interviews hinted at an EP titled Metamorphosis, combining Cantonese, Mandarin, and English tracks, an audible declaration that her identity is bigger than a single show or language. Now a 17-year-old juggling chemistry labs and chart analytics, Celine spends weekday mornings in uniform and weekend nights in Studio B at Star Street, fine-tuning demos she insists can't sound manufactured. Her official YouTube boasts 1.1 million subscribers. Instagram reveals ambassador status for Make-A-Wish Hong Kong, and a recent livestream Q&A drew 500,000 curious viewers who peppered her with requests for songwriting tips. NBC asked, "What drives her new material?" She smiled. "I've sung other people's stories for a decade. Now it's my turn." Insiders confirm debut EP tracking wraps this summer, with a cross-Pacific distribution deal eyed for early 2026. Dr. Tam, now quietly seated behind the soundboard, nods while engineers praise his daughter's ear for harmonies he never taught her. The journey has come full circle. The coach watches the student rewrite the rulebook. Industry pundits predict the trilingual, self-penned Metamorphosis could see Celine bridge Cantopop and Western adult contemporary markets, a strategy rarely attempted by former child stars. Labels are wooing her for regional brand endorsements, but she tells friends any deal must include studio time clauses and mental health days. She's also sketching a scholarship fund for girls in music tech, aiming to hand the mic forward. In short, the Prodigy is plotting longevity, not another viral spike. And if leaked lyrics, I'm more than echoes of the notes you've memorized, are any indicator, she's ready to address every rumor head-on. So where does that leave us? A once-in-a-lifetime voice stepped onto a global stage, weathered accusations, puberty, and power struggles, and is now drafting Chapter 2 on her own terms. Whether Metamorphosis breaks charts or merely breaks stereotypes, the bigger story is a teenager who wrestled back control of her art. Keep your notifications on, because the next time Celine Tam sings, the lyrics won't just be impressive, they'll be hers. If you want the first listen, and the deeper stories we'll keep unearthing, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell, because the journey of the girl who outsang Titanic's anthem is only getting started.